Pisces, 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 Pisces. Let's get down to business and look at these moon love readings. Let's see what is in store. I've brought these moon readings together, both moon cycles, and they'll be concentrating on love. But then in 10 days, I'll come up with the general readings for the month of July as well for each sign. So the full moon in Capricorn, well, July 5th, you might feel a need to be working out there in society and put your 2 cents in and see how you can contribute. But then you might feel underestimated and you don't know what you want from yourself and for yourself, and you get the impression that people are ignoring you. But you have to trust your inner values. And the new moon in Cancer, on the other hand, on July 20th, is really, really particularly sensitive. And although you're not one of the 3 signs, which is Cancer, Capricorn, and Gemini, that will feel it the most, you do get your fair share. You start thinking about your place in the world and how connected you are with everything out there. Am I doing enough to create positive change, you ask yourself? Or can I do something to contribute more? But then you'll have some real solid ideas on what it'll take for you to feel safe and more secure, both at your place and in your own skin. You don't feel like you're there yet? You don't feel completely safe? Well, it's go time to figure out the whole thing. Whether you want to move to a new spot or work on it a little bit or work on self-empowerment a little bit, this is the great month for that, Pisces. Now, let's take one picture postcard from my collection of fine arts painting, and here we have, this is the Ballet Rehearsal, Impressionist by Degas, the Ballet Rehearsal. Then I have the Gustav Klimt, all artists, the Gustav Klimt Tarot deck, beautiful deck, and we'll lay that around the focus. Let's go look. Now, interestingly enough, we have the 6 of Swords as an incoming card. Why do I say that? Well, the 6 of Swords is a card that points us in a direction of where we'll be going. You see the boat there. It's going over water. It has many different meanings depending on the other cards. So let's take a look at the other cards first. We have this 4 of Swords, and the 4 of Swords, see how she's just, ready to go to sleep. That is going to be a wait or a delay. But again, let's look at everything. I have here the Fool card, Where do I go? What do I do? What do I do? Where do I go? And then I have the Knight of Wands, a very powerful, very fast-moving knight. Not as fast as the Knight of Swords, but this is fast, very passionate nonetheless. I have the 8 of Swords, and it's almost as if getting dressed up and nowhere to go and going nowhere fast. This is what that looks like. So what am I looking at here? Pisces, all in all, I see you preparing. You are preparing yourself for something, and I get I'm hearing it actually, that you're preparing for a meeting. You're preparing to meet someone that you haven't seen in a while. It could have been a month. It could have been a couple of years. It could have been a long time. You know this person, and you know that you'll be seeing them again. And it seems like it's cyclical. It comes back all the time. And although there is this 6 here of Swords where you're moving together, this 6 of Swords announces that the meeting that you will have with that person, when that comes about, has the meaning. The meeting will be pushing you both in a direction of togetherness. Of course, there's the 4 of Swords, which will be delaying that. You'll still have to wait wait on that. But there is this announcement, there is this idea, intention that you feel very clearly in this month when you see that person. Very, very, very clearly. Of course, the Eight of Swords tells us that it doesn't happen right away, but there are the seeds that are being planted there, and things are being said, and even longer term meetings, say a weekend or an extended 1 night, 2 nights together, and being in a place on your own and not just a few hours. If that, you see someone that you are very, very happy to see, and it's such an emotional situation, Pisces, an extremely emotional situation. But, what am I looking at? It's this Fool card. You are not the one who has the reins or the control. It is very clear in your mind that this is a beginning. Definitely, you're going to say with that person before July 2020 and after July 2020. Before was one person, after is another person. So there's a watershed period, a love watershed month. It really is a love watershed month. It's as if you're going to get to a point of no return, because you both move in the same direction. You both have been for years. It's a karmic relationship. You both have, perhaps in the past you were both with a partner, and you've left that partner, and there was just so many roads and hindrances and glitches in the system. But now those have been removed, and maybe someone was ill and you had to take care of them, or that person was ill and someone had to so many things have happened. But the time has come now where, like I said, it's a watershed month. There is something that is going on that has the passion of 1,000 horses behind it. What I don't like is this Eight of Swords, and I'm going to take a look at that right away with this oracle cards that they're the Destiny oracle cards. Just see what's going to happen. Okay, so what do I have? I've got successo, success, imbroglio, trickery, and then fidanzamento, engagement. Now, it looks like that something doesn't convince you and you take one step back. It's almost as if you feel that the person is involved with someone else, or that they haven't left someone in their past completely, and that you will be stepping in a situation where you're in between, and that's not going to fly for you. You don't want that to happen. That's not cool for you. That's not what you want at all. Now, from there, I'm going to take 3 cards over this Fool card. All right, because it's new territory and that makes you frightened. It's almost as if you're, this is a very, very common in my practice to see that when you get so close to something, so close to victory, so close to that career jump, so close to that loved one, the fear makes you take a step back. And yeah, this is what it looks like. All right, now I've got marito, which is husband, could be a wife. Then I have dolore, pain. And then I have a younger person with dark hair. It looks like, Giovane Bruno, it looks like to me that they are very serious. Remember, I started this reading by saying, okay, you're coming together, you're both coming together, and now is the time you're going to get clues. Words will be said, plans will be made. You'll be staying together for more than a certain period of time. You're going to be talking about the future, about your both feelings. That is going to frighten you completely, and you will know very clearly, very, very clearly that that person is serious. They want it all with you. It's not a friendship with benefits. This is a very serious relationship, and you'll be scared out of your wits. Now, be that as it may, that Fool card is flanked by the Knight of Wands and by the Four of Swords. You will be very happy that it's not going to happen overnight. You're going to be very happy about that. So let's take that delay Four of Swords card and see what we have by way of details. We have protezione, protection. Then we have l'uomo leggero, the light man, meaning lightness of being. And then we have fortuna, fortune. This talks definitely of the physical side to a relationship. It talks of how the physical side to the relationship will ease your worries and ease your fear. You're going to concentrate on that more than anything and hope in baby steps, trying to walk together on that piece of soul journey that you have with that person, knowing that there is this physical side to the relationship that has made you come together in the first place, and that's what you are banking on. Let them take care of the details. I'm going to look at this Knight of Wands and see what that is trying to shout out, because it's shouting out at me. And I see impossibilità, impossibility. Then lutto, mourning. Then contratto d'affari, a business deal. It looks like, ladies and gentlemen, that the person that you're involved with, both you and he or she, are involved in your personal career. You're busy. It's not that you are leaning on each other. You each have your own world, finally and maturely walking on your own 2 feet and own 2 legs. And what has happened is, and what is happening in this month, is that you both have that as characterizing you. And that is what's keeping you together and apart at the same time, because you do talk about the stuff that you do. You do talk more about what is important for you. Yeah, sure, I'm a mechanic, but look, I'm an author, and I write erotic novels, or which is the mainstay of your emotional mind. And you get the secrets behind what they do and how they spend their time, and you become closer more and more because of that. I have here now this 6 of Swords at the beginning, this entry card, and I want to see exactly what that's telling us. Insincerità. It's falsehood, someone who's being false with you. Buona fede, then fidelity, and then satisfaction. So, look, what this says, and it is shouting. It started to whistle and hum. Now it's shouting. With this person, you didn't know much. With this person, there were, your intuition gave you the impression that they did this, they did that, People come to me for readings and they say they know that their man or their woman has another person. They know. And sometimes, and it's just not in the cards. And I tell them, look, if they did half of the things that you yourself did or you yourself think, it couldn't be. And this is what I'm looking at too. You get a taste of what that person truly is like and why you had the impression that they were never telling you the truth. What were they hiding? What was it? And it's going to come out as being in a very emotional time, because they're going to they're opening a door into their soul, and that costs them greatly, as you have always done with them, Pisces. And I see that as you have been on the up and up. This is the first time that they're going to have you peek into their soul, and it's a gorgeous feeling. I have 3 cards on this Degas dance rehearsal. Denaro, money. Trionfo, triumph. And amica, a friend who speaks to harmony. And it does talk about, this is the focus, and the focus is, okay, you get your ducks in a row, I'm getting my ducks in a row. This is what we have painted for ourselves. This is our picture, the painting that we have made, and we just have to fill in the colors and until we both come together, because our paths are linked. They are inextricably linked because we think along the same lines. We do have a spiritual streak in ourselves. And this meeting coming up in this month is going to point to that, underscore that a lot. Wow, good for you. Good for you. Sounds like fun. And something to record, if you could possibly record it for posterity, Okay, now let's see where these runes are pointing. All right, so I've got a couple of difficulties here. Let's start with those. We have Wunyo, which is upside down. Wunyo is the rune of happiness and joy and positive outcomes. And what I'm seeing is that the coming together and the planning phase and what comes out of this meeting this month is going to put you on a path of, well, like I said, fear. I'm not sure if this is what I want. I waited so long, but, so that's how it's going to feel. Then I have Hagalas. Now, Hagal, it's always about limitations and forces that are outside of your control, and it has to do with your businesses or your work, your activities that keep you apart. And we get that. Or because the time is not ripe and the universe has different plans in terms of timing. But there is Perdro, and Perdro is magic, and it is mystical. There are hidden secrets, and the secrets do emerge, as I said. They open a soul. They open a door to their soul. And you peek in, and you like what you see. And not just because of what you see, but that they are doing that. And it's a privilege. It is a real privilege for you to be there. Rido here is Merkstave upside down. And so you're not going anywhere. You're not moving any place. You would like to maybe travel to the other side of the world or even just go to the next country, the next state. But that's not going to happen this month. You would like to plan, but there's just too much insecurity around you in terms of travel. That's not going to happen. And even for those of you who are planning to get a new place, that is at the planning stage. It remains, but there is manats, humankind, interdependence. You'll receive aid, and this is the time for planning face to face, and you plan together with that person. Ingvats is a successful conclusion and a relief finally with that person because plans are being made again. I keep saying the plans. Fehu Merkstave. There is this fear that permeates you in relation to those plans. And it has come up now 3 or 4 times, but it's because you're afraid. You're so close to that wonderful moment and you're afraid. This is Anzus, Merkstave, and so the communication will be on their side. They will be communicating all their secrets to you, and you'll be listening and very happy. Tyr, victory in competition. So if there's a third party, you win their heart nonetheless. And the third party doesn't need to exist. You will be winning because what they do, open the you give you a peek to their soul, is a success. Thurisats is here. It's protection and luck, especially it paired with the runes that I'm looking at. So Thurisats is very difficult because it tells you, look, Pisces, look, Pisces, you need to do this. You need to go forward. You were planning for this all the time. You're protected. Just close your eyes and relax. Gee, I should be so lucky. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen, Pisces friends. I do hope this was of help to you. Right underneath the video, something about your story. It would help us all. And I'll be back, like I said, in about 10 days. Bye-bye.